Welcome, everybody, to the Shut Your Mouth Lounge, episode number 310, the final episode of 2023.
Yes.
There is adage saying yes, as he's been known. That is a word that he says frequently.
Affirmative.
Pink.
Do I get to say yes as well?
Yes.
Yes!
Yes.
I love it.
So, boys, as we make the move from 2023 to 2024, what are your channels looking like?
They're looking dead.
Yes, we're all we're all sacrificing our channels on the altar so this channel may grow. Like I don't mean that we're putting more effort into this channel. No, I mean literally we are making pacts with the devil. He's taking our channels over and our personal channels, and then this channel might grow in size, not in following, but size.
Girth.
Yes,
literally the web page will increase in size.
The width of our videos increases. It will now be broadcast in a 16 by 10 aspect ratio instead of a 16 by 9 one.
It's formatted really badly.
Yes.
And we want it that way. That's why we're making a deal with the devil for it.
Indeed.
In exchange for properly formatted YouTube videos, we get badly formatted ones.
It was the logical solution that we all agreed to come to. And there's no turning back now.
Oh, super not turning back now.
Yeah, the deal's already tried. The contract's already laminated.
Yeah. So I still have my YouTube channel. Is that okay, guys? Does that not screw up the ritual at all?
You're dead to me.
Oh, no. How's the ritual going to go with only 2 parts?
Well, that might affect our girth just a little bit.
Yeah.
Hard to say, really.
It might actually be formatted properly, and at that point, why would we even bother?
Yeah.
All right, so Pink, I take a dead channel to mean that you're not putting anything up in the coming week.
Oh no, there will be stuff trickling out slowly over the coming weeks. Nothing unusual, nothing out of the ordinary. I just don't have anything big planned for the yearly finale.
And Eddie, what are you looking at?
Well, I will hopefully be able to, like, I was supposed to do this week, but as you know, off recording, as I told you off recording, I had no time, literally.
Yes.
So yes,
it was actually stupid of me to ask. I'm sorry.
But yeah, so I will hopefully shoot a video of just an update for my channel of like, hey, the channel's not dead, but shit's fucked right now. See you in like February, maybe, hopefully, maybe March.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. I want to do gameplay videos. Like, as ever, I want to do gameplay videos. I want to make reviews. I don't fucking have time. Like, tomorrow, as I said, I will try to record the video tomorrow because it should only take like maybe an hour to shoot. But like, I have to bake 2 separate pasties or pastries, whatever. Fuck it.
Hey,
I have to.
I was confused for a hot second there.
I have to cook white people. Y'all don't get it.
Oh, when you said pasty, I assumed something different. I mean, you can put pastries on your nipples, I suppose, but there's a variety of reasons why you may not want to.
But yeah, like, I'm supposed to make fucking like chocolate croissants tomorrow, and like, that it is both a hands-on and a hands-off experience baking. So
yeah,
I don't know how time will align. Thankfully, we have nothing planned for New Year's Eve because we're not the party people, more or less.
Only crazy people are. I don't think we know any party people.
Yeah.
I'm not a party person either. Yep, I've got nothing planned.
Thank God.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I like, you know, if you want to talk about shit that I've already have that I have scheduled, there's stuff coming out next October. So, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Navia.
Expect, well, the same you've been seeing for a while now. Phasmo and Endless Legend plus Blood and Bacon. I'll get around to uploading it at some point. I just honestly forgot to since we recorded that. And that's going to be my week. So, on the group channel,
Yeah,
we are looking at...
Before you say what's coming out, I wanted to note, so unscheduled, completely unscheduled, the best of for this year released. So the way the best of worked is, while I was writing my fucking papers for whatchamacallit, college, yes. While I was writing my papers for college, while I was putting together sentences, I would switch between the Word document and Premiere. And that's how I did editing. That's also how I edited Blood and Bacon, or rather, how I didn't. Blood and Bacon has minimal editing. It is just the gameplay cut up into 15-minute chunks, and how I did that.
Not a lot of fat to cut with that session, honestly.
That's true.
One was pretty well. That one was pretty well straight bangers from beginning to end.
But yeah, so what I just did with that is I just opened up Premiere. I went, all right, 15-minute chunk. I listened to see if there's a conversation that I would be cutting off, and then, you know, if there was, I adjusted the time so that it would be cut off, and I just went, okay, exporting sequence. Set it to export. All right, write the next, you know, couple of paragraphs for the paper, and then just check back in every, like, I don't know, 15-30 minutes to see if the video was done, and then just do this over and over again until both the paper and the videos were done.
Yeah.
Ah, shit.
That sucks, but it worked, and it's admirable. Your work acumen is admirable.
My best 2 weeks have been nothing but writing papers and cooking.
I know you won't listen to me, but I seriously advise sleep.
It is impossible.
Even if you cannot actually shut your eyes, I suggest simply laying down laterally with your arms perfectly at your sides, your legs perfectly straight, staring straight up at the ceiling.
I thought you were gonna say just laying down with my arms crossed over my chest. Like a mummy.
You gotta sleep like Dracula, then so be it.
Staring at the ceiling, eyes wide awake, and just remain dormant like that. Like, you know how hibernation isn't really sleep? They're just conserving, like, energy, but they're still awake. I suggest if sleep is not a possibility, I suggest hibernation.
Probably is I'm not the right species for that.
Says the one who has not applied himself to it yet. All right, so on the Devolution group channel, on January 1st, New Year's Day, on what day of the week is that? Monday. WWE 2K23 GM mode, weeks 11 through 13. It goes on. More people die in exchange for promo money. On January 2nd, Tuesday, Blood and Bacon Part 0. On January 3rd, Wednesday, it's a double upload day. Dead by Daylight Part 17. We return for more beatings and more salt, as well as Melty Blood Actress Again Part 6. You know, I put that on my wish list on Steam just to remind myself. Like, okay, yeah, we have the nice fan-made version of the game that's better, but I do still want to pay out for the actual, like, base game, because, hey, it's a nice game. I'd like to give the developers money. And I just put the wish list on the wish list for like, I'll remember it later. And I logged into Steam the other day to see that Steve was like, "Hey, got Merry Christmas." Like, oh. Well.
Seem like you're back in blood.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
he also got me Earth Defense Force, which was quite nice of him also, but yeah, that's funnier.
I mean, if nothing else, like, here's the thing. The whatchamacallit, the fan-made client for Actress Again has rollback, so it's better because of that, but also connecting to people is a pain in the fucking ass. It seemed very complicated to be as a layperson. With Steam, it's it is delay based, but at the same time, it is just, all right, Alex, I'll send you an invite, and then we play fucking current code.
Yeah, that's something to consider. It's really going to depend on how consistent our connection is, because delay based is only bad if your connection sucks.
Yeah, like I think the best course of action then will just be to check one match on current code, and then if it's bad, then we switch over to the fan client.
Yeah. On January 4th, Thursday, Blood and Bacon Part 1. On January 5th, Friday, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Part 2. I assume that's with Mike?
That's the thing. I saw that video in the schedule while I was scheduling Blood and Bacon, and I went, when the fuck did we record Super Turbo? And why?
I think that's with Mike.
It might be.
Sadly, the game did not explode like Mortal Kombat did when we recorded it with Mike, so Mike is not as much fighting game poison as I would wish.
No, that's the thing. Like, the Mike wasn't fighting game poison if it's Mortal Kombat either. It was fucking Revengeance.
Yeah, it had to trigger on specifically Mike's favorite Mortal Kombat. It made sure to wait. Yes. We tried it again with 3 and nothing went wrong because Mike didn't love it.
Yeah. I still have the raw footage for that video, but I keep procrastinating on editing it because nothing happened. So...
Yeah, that's the really awkward thing, is that, like, on what we actually saw, the three of us, was ungodly. But what OBS recorded was unseeable.
Yeah. Like, when we played Mortal Kombat 2, the game started glitching out and just showed us a live feed of Ed Boon doing the goatsy pose.
What is the goatsy pose?
The goats, you know what? Let's not explain it. It's funnier if we don't.
Don't worry, Pink. You shouldn't know.
I think we've done enough to the young man. So, we were thinking that the topic for this episode would be the 2023 wrap-up. Now, the first question I'm going to throw out there is, out of the videos you can recall recording this year, what one do you think was like, you're proud of that one? Like, oh yeah, we did good work.
Alright, I mean, are we speaking like on, just any video that we made or videos that we collaborated on?
Any video that you made.
Because just for my channel, I have a couple. Because I thought that the Assassin's Creed 4 review turned out really good, comparatively. Like, no one fucking watched it, mind you, but
that's not in your control.
Yeah, but I watched it back for the UN compilation so that I could have the parts that I wanted, and like, I said this before the video released, I'm pretty sure, and I will say it again because to me it rings true. I feel like in my performance and the scripting really gives that I'm very bitter about the game. Like, I am giving it its fair chance in the sense that, like, I'm trying to talk about the good things that the game has, and I'm trying to talk about the bad things objectively and shit like that. But you can still very much feel that I have had a bone to pick with Assassin's Creed 4 for the past, like, I don't know, ever since the game released, and that to me just...
Sorry, I had to grab something.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, and
Assassin's Creed 4 is your opportunity to finally be the internet critic that goes, "Hey, you know this game you guys love? Fucking sucks."
yeah,
And then you dab.
pretty much. No, I feel like I went, or I feel like I gave it, like, it's the same thing that I did with Undertale, to me, which, like, I haven't seen the Undertale review since it came out, and I have no plans on watching it again, because that was fucking, like, 7 years ago. But from what I remember of it, I point out the parts that I like of the game, because, no game is without its highlights. Like, well, no, that is incorrect, but generally...
PUBG 3D.
Yes, but generally, well-acclaimed games don't become well-acclaimed if they don't have some highlights. And so,
PUBG 3D.
I mean, PUBG 3D is not well-acclaimed, it is infamous. Wow, infamous.
PUBG 3D.
I already thought,
I may have taken concussion at some point in the last hour.
It's funny that you keep seeing PUBG 3D, because I'm pretty sure I have done a review on it at some point. It's deleted now, but it existed.
It's a solid contender for one of the worst games of all time.
Yeah. Like, there was a time, like, these videos that I'm talking about are privated, if not deleted completely. I don't remember, but there used to be videos of, like, PUBG 3D, fucking Pamela Anderson's VIP, and other games of that caliber.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So the Assassin's Creed 4 review, I thought turned out pretty good. Backbone, I also thought was fairly decently well put together. It wasn't as funny as I wished it would have been, but I think I conveyed the fact that the game, seemed to have a lot of promise and then squandered it very well. For the channel's videos, I mean, there's a couple. I will forever love Terry Funk and Logan Paul beating the shit out of the ref.
yeah, that started my love for let's just beat up the ref matches. Which I think I may have now made Mike sick of. and fair enough, I just still find it's such a gross abuse of authority that I just can't help but find it amusing,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just wrong.
And let's see, I'd say that the JoJo videos that we did, half of which aren't out, but still, very good time.
That was. I mean, I'm gonna be real here. I know we're slow. I know we've slowed up on fighting game content, but I have several times thought, like, man, we need to go back to JoJo and North Star, Fist of the North Star.
Yeah, I still have a list. Like, I mean, we still have the list I made of here's games, here's random ass games that we've never heard of. I went through, played one match, and then just put them together of, like, this has promise, this is bad, this is funny bad. Like, we still haven't hit all of the games on that list.
They must have the Power Rangers game with Lord Ooze, right?
Maybe.
Because that and Fist of the North Star are like religious passages.
Those are the
rites of passage.
Those are the Sailor Moon game.
Yeah, I don't know so much about that one. That one I actually don't know very much about.
I have seen footage of that game. I have played those characters in Mugen before I knew about the game, and yeah, yeah, that game is it certainly exists.
That game's supposed to have some pretty notoriously OP characters, right?
Yes.
I see.
But yeah, that video, I feel like I remember something else that I thought was that was very big for me this year that we've done. I can't.
Well, we're probably me and Pink are gonna have our choices, so maybe there'll be overlap.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and I'll fetch something to check our uploads on so I can see if I can remember.
I'm gonna let Pink go first because I think me and him are gonna overlap on at least one video. Because there's one video I think he really enjoyed doing that I would also pick. Unless Pink isn't here. Is he not here?
I'm here. I'm
another
here. I was trying to think of if I was thinking of something you were thinking of, or if I could recall what you might be thinking of right now. But right off the bat, I have to say some of our later episodes of the 2K23. Is it 2K23? What year is this? Yes, 2K23 GM mode.
Oh yeah,
Like-
once Cash Suplex started being a thing.
Right. Once we get to Cash Suplex, and then once we started getting the shake
I
up things.
start getting abused by my talent.
Yeah. So I got the Angel investment, so I got $1 million for free, and then Omos went to Hollywood as well and got me $1 million. Alex was booking all his Hell in a Cells every week on every show, and all his talent was dying and leaving his company and taking the belts with them. And then Addy has his own main event consisting of Cash Suplex and Jahardi, who's got a 5 mic skill for some reason.
Yeah.
And he kept taking the fucking Japanese dudes before I could.
Yeah, like this, me playing Bischoff, I accidentally fairly realistically roleplayed as him, because my company was just like, all right, here's the linchpin. I guess fucking Cash Suplex, because after a while, Cash Suplex, if y'all remember, was a bigger star than Jahardi.
Yeah.
And
at one point, Cash was the biggest star on your brand.
yes, and so, which really makes it funny, because I remember you going, why did you pay that guy money and then just send him off to train so that he becomes a permanent fixture?
Yeah, I know that we all fell in love as soon as we saw him, but you just happened to be the one playing at the time.
Yeah. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? Yeah. Like, I had the linchpin in him, and then I just had a somewhat well put together cruiserweight division with Shelton for a bit, and Jahardi, and who else? Fucking Mysterio, both of him.
Yeah, but they don't want you to have a cruiserweight division. They want you to have a cruiserweights versus giants division.
Yeah. I mean, who can forget the month straight of Gunther killing Rey Mysterio matches?
Yeah.
Which is what we actually advertised those as.
And around the same time, Gunther was killing Rey Mysterio in real life.
Yeah. Funny how it turns out.
Yeah. Triple H was watching.
He was waiting. Commiserating.
Mm-hmm. We need to be worried, though, when he brings Raquel back and his ideas. All right, Raquel, I've got an idea. We need some money.
No. The real tell that Triple H has been watching our GM mode is when Rhea Ripley just comes out one week and then says that she's hot and then leaves.
Yeah.
And then she starts doing that for a month.
What I love is that me and Pink have the same civilization brain, where we see pop and we go, oh, population. But it just so happens that, Pink, you were the one who happened to make the slip up first. I think at some point earlier, you can hear me go, popularity. Because I catch myself about to do it.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that was good shit. I hope 2K24 includes the new feature of loading not exploding when you share play.
Yeah.
So we can do universe and actually play matches.
Yeah.
That's assuming your internet lets us share play. Then again, Then again, now that I think about it,
maybe it was a bad day though.
That, and also even if it wasn't, I mean, Pink could try share playing, and then we could see if that works out.
Well, that depends on what platform Pink wants to get the 2K on, because if you've got an Xbox and a PC, and your Xbox is going to run the game better, then you'd want to buy the game on Xbox.
Right.
either which way, we'll figure it out from there. I'll have to give Share playing another shot at some point. But nonetheless, back to the favorites. Let's see, for a favorite video, other than 2K23 GM mode, I almost wanted to say the Sheik in the Bank match in Fire Pro, but no, I'm not gonna go with that. Oh, there was one fighting game we played that Addy, I'm gonna say like half of the Melty Bloods. Any of the ones where we found some stanky broken shit on Chaos or Neko Arc.
Or the maids.
Or the maids, yeah. Maids I almost feel like they're not necessarily so stinky. Well, one of the maids is definitely stinkier than the others. But, like, the maids in particular, I think we wound up sticking with just because they're actually just really fun to play. Beyond just doing dumb bullshit. Like, playing Chaos is hilarious. But I was like, I need to switch off this character as soon as possible because this dude is anathema to interesting matches, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the maids, the thing with the maids that I think makes them work is that you can play either of the maids, or you can play them as a team, and you still get access to all of their tools. So...
Yeah. Well, you lose out on, like, one tool each, which is supposedly why the duo of both maids isn't OP.
Well, still, you get access to the tools that we use. So, for us, it's fine.
Molotov made... Well, see, we haven't played since I've learned that Molotov made also as a command grab. I'm probably going to play her differently now that I know she's a grappler.
Yeah.
Either which way, yeah, that game is fucking stupid. And I'm a big fan of stupid. It's just like me, for real.
You know, going through our backlog, or I don't know what to call it, the videos that we've uploaded this year.
I prefer to go through our front log.
Yeah. Pink likes the mid log.
Oh, hey now.
If there's anyone that likes the back, it's Pink.
True. But yeah, I was surprised to find out that apparently we've uploaded a Smite video this year, which, when?
Oh, boy. Oh, man, what happened the last time we played Smite?
Tell me, apparently we played Siege this year. It only happened once. It only happened once, but apparently it did.
I think we played Siege in November of last year, and it got uploaded this year.
I remember we went nuts with... We decided, fuck it, let's go nuts with Claymores again, because that's great every time.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, for another one of my favorites, which I was actually like saddened by the videos that we released, because the thing that really makes it memorable to me wasn't apparently recorded, but Giant Grab.
Oh, Giant Grab. Yes, I was sad that we didn't get the first coast-to-coast moonsault on recording.
Yeah, I think by that point your whatchamacallit, your headphones ran out of battery.
It must have, and my God, just how much good content have we lost out on over the years due to that, I wonder.
Another video that I quite liked this year was the quizzes. Like,
that one was a wild one. That much was for certain.
Yeah, the quizzes the quizzes had high highs and low lows.
Yeah,
but overall, I'd say that the couple of whatchamacallit, good moments really made it memorable to me.
The highlight for me was that terrible, weird, depraved Smasher Pass quiz, which for the most part was awful and we should have never touched it. But nonetheless, I was happy for Vitchikin. What was it? Vitchikin?
Yeah,
what was it? Yeah, that was an experience. One that shall not be surpassed in our lifetimes.
And then here's one that hasn't come out yet, but I'll add it here because whatever, fuck it. Danganronpa. We have an episode coming out. I don't know when. It will eventually appear. Where where I just made a joke comment while doing one of the characters' voices that was so in character that Pink didn't realize it was a joke comment until after he looked at the screen and then the dialogue didn't say that. And like, you know, like visual novels can fall into one of two categories. They are either boring as sin or you left your ass off. And I'm glad that so far both of the visual novels that we've tried have been the latter. Because, you know, when visual novels work out, they are memorable to me. they can be the whatchamacallit, like they can make good moments, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And like I mean, how much shit did Nekojishi make last year? And we
I
recorded
don't know what that is.
Pink and I for Halloween. I wanted to joke y'all. Okay, so this requires some background. Years ago, I don't know how I found this image, but I just found this random furry visual novel called Nekojishi, and one of the characters was this dragon guy in like one of those early 2000s Christian shirts. You know, the chicken wire shirts or whatever.
No. Okay.
Whatever. The guy's name was Ragu. I distinctly remember us making fun of the character on one of these podcasts. I cannot for the life of me find that podcast, but it happened. Soon was there. I remember all of this.
I must not have been there for this.
Maybe you stepped out for a bit while we were doing that or something, because I remember Soon being there, I remember Pink being there. I feel like you were also there, but you might have stepped out. And we were making fun. Yeah.
Maybe?
So either which way.
Anyways, let's just proceed.
Yeah, either which ways. So we made fun of that character. Fast forward to last year's Halloween. We didn't have games to record, so I was like, okay. While looking for games on itch.io, one of the suggested playlists of games or whatever, like, you know, the itch.io suggests these collections made by people, and it was like, since you're looking for horror games, check out 30 visual novels that are not para. And I went, okay, I don't see the connection, but you know what? It's funny enough for me to actually look into it. And I found Nekojishi, and I went, it is time. So the initial idea was that I would draw up how I found this scary game and we'd record it. But schedules didn't line up and whatever. Eventually, I just went, hey Pink, hey Pink, here's the story which I just told y'all right now. Let's record this three visual novels so that the joke will have some closure. And then we did, and it was very, very funny.
Kind of the gimmick that we did with Sonic Dreams Collection.
Yes. So sort of, but I guess not like a made up story. This time they made the background story actually happened. Unlike Sonic Dreams Collection.
If it was possible for us to commit to the bit less than we did in Sonic Dreams Collection.
Yeah. But yeah, like Nekojishi is also one of those things where, like, I don't know if Pink remembers that recording session. I don't remember most of that recording session myself, but I do remember us having a good time and then just going, hey, we'll see if we get around to continuing this, but we could. And that's pretty much where Nekojishi has been for the past year. And I'm not pressing on recording Nekojishi because we already have Danganronpa and it's also a visual novel, and I would like to only have one visual novel running at the same time because, you know, it's one of those things where It's one of those things where, like, if Pink tells me that he wants to record Nikodishi, I'll go okay and then boot it up. But until then, like, we have not got on board.
Yeah.
Anyway. So yeah, I guess that's my favorite videos that we've done this year.
All right. So, with that all said, and also stated, what would be your game of 2023? And every time that this question comes up, I have to stop and think, like, okay, how many actual new games have I played this year?
Yeah, I actually thought about this before, like, as I was suggesting this topic, and I have played 3 games that released in 2023 in 2023. They were Street Fighter 6, Cult of the Lamb, and The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog is not getting Game of the Year. Like, you know,
I was ready for you to say that it was.
I didn't even finish it. Like, my interest in that game was recording it for Halloween, and we did that, and that was it.
I just thought you were going to say it doesn't have Luke.
Ah,
It doesn't have Luke or modern controls. 10 out of 10.
are you sure about that?
Eh.
The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog actually does have modern controls.
Oh no!
And Luke might appear later in the game. We don't know. There's just
Can't-
For all we know, he's the guy who murdered Sonic the Hedgehog.
if you press press on one of the tiles in one of the maps.
I thought you
Like-
said, is he in a dress?
I mean, is he?
It's a good question.
So yeah, if you press one of the tiles on one of the maps, like 10 times in quick succession, you just get a Luke jump scare. Alex Lee yells at you.
It's not even that hard to pull that off. He'll probably just yell at you if you're on the street if you ask.
Yeah, I could probably DM him on Twitter, and he'd record the yell for me to edit into a video.
Yeah, like it's not.
He's chill.
He'll just do that. Like it's pretty well turned into a guarantee. If you see a Street Fighter YouTube video making fun of Street Fighter and you hear Luke speak, and you're like, "Wow, that Luke impression is really good." Oh, it's not an impression; it's actually just a Luke voice actor.
Yeah. I don't know, like, one of the things that really won me over with Alex Lee, once YouTube started suggesting their videos to me, was how he just fucking, like, I watched 2 videos, and in both of them, for no reason, he just started shitting on Luke, and I went, this is my guy. I know that he's also the guy I don't like, but he's also my guy.
Oh boy. I want you to make a joke edit of the AC4 review and have just change the ending of it so that whatever your final verdict is, after like an hour of shitting on sailing controls or whatever, have it nonetheless end with no modern controls, 10 out of 10.
I thought you were gonna say just make an edit of the AC4 review where it's just Alex reading the script as Luke. For some reason.
Yeah. I mean, he is a gamer. There
True.
you go.
The only problem is that the closing thing with the AC4 review is I go on this rant about how much I hate the direction of Assassin's Creed and then Eve Guillermo, and then it ends with a JoJo clip, and I'm not sure.
Really bad. What JoJo clip is it?
Oh, it's the clip of Joseph going on. I will never forgive the Japanese, but I put Google Translate text to speech French over Japanese. Like if you watch the best of for this year, it's even like I did that bit twice in the video because I thought it would be funny both times. And one of them is in
I watched that video yesterday. I've already forgotten what's in it.
Because yeah, in the best of compilation, I have this thing. I have this rant in the start of review and the conclusion of the review. And in the start, I go about how the Assassin's Creed 4 was the beginning of the zombification of this franchise and all that, and I just talk about that for like half a minute, and then just while like every sentence I get louder, or at least I try to, and then it just culminates in the Jojo clip of Joseph going, "I will never forgive the French," and then just he runs off.
Alrighty.
Like with the AC4 review, I just went, "Fuck it, I don't care anymore." What is like, what is oh, whatchamacallit? Shit. The credibility, there we go. Who cares about credibility? I have jokes to make. Yeah.
I wish to God I could remember the Dracula line.
Which one?
What is a man but replaced with credibility?
What is credibility? A miserable pile of secrets? So yeah. I would have just given it like a month ago. I would have just given the game of the year for me to Street Fighter 6 because it was that or Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog, and yeah. Out of those two, Street Fighter 6 is a bit better, yes. But then this month I got Cult of the Lamb, and I was surprised to find out that game released this year. But yeah. They did make the choice a bit harder because Cult of the Lamb is very nice. Like it's well put together. It is a bit short, I suppose, but I honestly don't mind it because the other roguelike games that or roguelite games that I've played were like Slay the Spire, Enter the Gungeon, Wizard of Legend. I think that's its name, and all of those have like next to no story that is regardless padded out for like 30 hours.
I see.
So going through Cult of the Lamb and finishing the game in 2 days, I went, hey, this is actually doable. This game has an end.
My God.
And like if you're done with the story, you can still go back and do all of the shit that you did before the end of the story. There's just no more story, which is fine. Like I enjoy this. This is the way that the structure that I enjoy.
I enjoy this.
Yes. And that's so that made it a bit harder because Street Fighter 6 is very good. But it is but every time like I have no real reason to turn the game on because we don't play it all that much anymore, and there is no Akuma yet. And those are like the two reasons that I would have to turn the game on. Because I just don't enjoy playing online against people, like, I can.
Well, the trick, Pink, is we need to figure out what people are doing online, and we need to ruin playing with us as well.
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll get Eddie to just go fuck fighting games, and then unfriend us on Steam.
I mean, for the first half, like, that's the thing. I still like fighting games. I still have all of these years of experience, and if we play it together, then I will still have fun, and I can still talk about them and shit. But at the same time, like, the constant talk about how, modern controls is the future, and then seeing the interview where the developers confirmed, yes, we actually had to be, like, talked down from just putting in modern controls and nothing else, and shit like that. Like, I don't know how much longer that will be true. Pretty much. Because, Smash is fine. It's not for me. And, traditional fighting game is becoming Smash in the controls. means that I won't enjoy them as much because I don't like Smash because I don't enjoy the control scheme.
I don't think that'll actually come to pass, but I get it. Excuse me.
So yeah, that's pretty much my thing with fighting games right now. Is that like then I can get hyped somewhat. Like I can once again I can still talk about it and shit, but like it's not there anymore because my interest in the in the medium, I guess, is being questioned by the industry.
Yeah.
But yeah. But that being said, I guess I'll give it to Street Fighter 6 still, just because Cult of the Lamb is a very nice little indie game. But Street Fighter 6 is like the logical step in evolution for fighting games. In most ways. Like, there are some places where it's where it might be a bit off, but for one that's just that's up to argument. It's nitpicking kinda, I suppose. And the bits that I might not like about the way it has evolved are just down to cultural trends, so whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, Big,
Yes.
your game of the year.
Yeah. Game of the year 2023.
Yes.
Is it WWE 2K23?
No. It's Wait.
It's Humankind.
Weird. Yeah. For my game of the year, I'm kind of torn because let's see. I had a new Fire Emblem come out this year. That was pretty good. I've not played a lot of Mario Brothers Wonder, but that game was really solid. And Street Fighter 6, I'm not a Street Fighter guy. I'm not a fighting games guy, but that game was superb. And modern controls, the future of the industry. I'm so down with that. So it's hard not to say it's Street Fighter 6.
Really, they should have just got rid of classic controls.
Right, entirely. I don't know why we're keeping that relic around. Outside of those three, I don't think I played anything new. I can double check my Steam real quick, and I can double check my Xbox and or pardon me, Switch.
Yeah, just let me put up the V. Yes,
Let's boot up
Galaxy.
the Wii. Let's see what hot games came out in the Wii in the year of 2023.
I don't know about you guys. This was the year to play the Wii.
Yes,
Absolutely.
you can run Linux and play Doom on the Wii.
Man, we all slept on the Wii from 2006 to 2022, but 2023, oh boy, did it ever have a renaissance.
Finally, the console movers.
You see, people are talking about the Xbox Series X. People are talking about the PlayStation 5. What we really should be talking about in 2023 is the PlayStation 2 and the bangers that keep coming out for it, like the Running Your Socks.
FIFA 23.
Yeah, FIFA 22 was the last one. But fucking GTA San Andreas Dragon Ball Edition, Dragon Ball Super Edition.
Oh, yeah.
And Ronaldinho Soxer.
Yeah, you make good points. Several, plurality.
And like I forget what other PlayStation 2 game is there that they just bundle modded in Brazil.
It's a lot of San Andreas.
Yeah,
it's a lot of Russian San Andreas.
Yes, it is 90% San Andreas, different versions of it. Like you think that the Rockstar would stop releasing different versions of San Andreas for the PlayStation 2, but you'd be wrong.
Yeah,
and they only do it in Brazil.
Yeah. They just got that love in them.
Like the
Like no
They kicked
other.
the Hausers out so they could replace their office with a giant Brazilian flag.
yes. And you know, it does make you wonder though, like why was the remake of San Andreas so bad when they keep releasing versions of San Andreas every year in Brazil?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Alex, go ahead and talk about something else while I step out for a minute.
Okay, I'll make my choice real quick. My choice for 2023 Game of the Year would be Street Fighter 6, but Addy already picked that, and I don't want to overlap with Addy's answer because that's boring. So, I'll pick the other great fighting game of this year, Mortal Kombat 1. It's a lot of fun.
The other big fighting game of the year, fucking Gundam Maxi Boost versus.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Some random fucking doujinshi game. Million Arthur on Card of Blood.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. MK12.
Yeah, MK12 won third. Fuck. So it's cool because the story is stupid, and like they're like, hey, what if everyone was God? And what if Melina was like, you know, actually a fairly cool person who still eats people, but this time she's like otherwise a cool person when she's not eating people. And what if Combo Expression and Marvel vs. Capcom assists, you know, strikers, sectors, the hidden missiles, and we got Reiko is here. You know it's a good time when Reiko's here. The party ain't a party. It ain't a party unless it's a Reiko party, as they say. They do say that frequently.
In at least one household.
Lots of cool character designs. Very cool. It does not set the world on fire like Street Fighter 6 at all, which is why I absolutely say Street Fighter 6 is the better game. Mortal Kombat 1 is just generally broadly like... Mortal Kombat 11 was like, let's streamline everything and make the ultimate, supposedly easy-to-learn footsies game out of Mortal Kombat. And then Mortal Kombat 1 was like, you know what? Strokes chin. Fuck all that. Let's go in the opposite direction and just say fuck it. So here's Omni-Man. He just teleports into overheads.
Here's Smoke. His kit is a high-low mix-up.
Yes. He actually has a teleport overhead and a teleport low.
I know. I watched the dev videos before the game released.
He just does that, and if you meter burn the overhead, he becomes invisible. And if Shujinko is the opponent's cameo when Smoke is on screen, Shujinko turns the other character invisible.
I thought you were gonna say Shujinko turns the other way.
Shujinko just ends the match early. Shujinko gives you an immediate timer scam. Meaning you can kill yourself with Shujinko by timer scamming when you have the health disadvantage.
I mean, that is funny, but I just imagine that he literally just comes on screen, looks at Smoke, and then looks away, and then he leaves.
That's good shit. So yeah, Mortal Kombat 1's my pick. It's fun. It's a lot of stupid fan service for Mortal Kombat fans. They straight up say there was an alternate universe where Kano is God, which that's frightening.
They should do the whole Batman Who Laughs thing, but with Kano, so it's just a legion of Kanos attacking one realm.
When you're on the pyramid, one of the alternate universe characters you can fight is Sonya with a Kano eye. And I refuse to believe that isn't just the Kano world version of Sonya.
Maybe.
That or it's Kano in the Sonya gym clothes. It's Kano in yoga pants.
Yeah. When are they giving Kano back his ass from UMK3?
Yeah. Complete with a move where he throws it back.
Yes.
And the ass has a hitbox.
It's his new parry stance.
If you try to hit him while he's doing it, he catches your fist or your sword or whatever between his ass cheeks.
Yeah. And then the clap hits you. It pops you up.
Yeah. The clap creates a thunder, like a sonic boom.
Yes.
What are we talking about?
The best game of 2023, Mortal Kombat.
Well, that's just wrong.
You're just wrong. My actual pick was Street Fighter 6, but I didn't.
Even still.
My actual pick was Street Fighter 6, but I didn't want to overlap with Addy, so I said I'll just throw up Mortal Kombat 1 as another candidate, I guess. All right, Pinkerton, have you come up with any ideas?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give it to Nintendo this go round. I'm gonna throw Mario Brothers Wonder out there, throw it into the hat, into the ring. I think
All right.
Top to bottom, left to right, center. That was a very, very well done game. And
What about Inside and Out?
Inside was pretty good. The outside, I don't know. Outside,
could have been crispier.
It could have used some more time in the oven. But other than that, just phenomenal game all around. And I really need to get back to playing that more regularly.
Somehow I knew that one would be the magic one for you as soon as they released that ad of Bowser hitting on Peach, and she turns into Elephant Peach, and Bowser's just like...
Oh, yeah, and he gets the bigger bouquet.
Like, they might as well have had it like Tex Avery eyes shoot out of the head, right?
Right.
I've been watching too many meme videos, and I thought that you were gonna say that Nintendo released a video of Bowser hitting the griddy.
He's so happy he literally dances.
Yeah, like they just released a video of him trying to fucking to kidnap Peach. Peach becomes the elephant. Bowser starts dancing, and then like hard cut to the logo and the release date of the game.
Well, it only just now occurred to me. Bowser's ready to give like a couple flowers to Skinny Peach. It's when she turns into Elephant Peach that suddenly it's like, oh my god! Which implies Bowser is settling for trying to kidnap Peach. Well, like, if there was a bigger princess out there in the kingdoms, Bowser would just be ignoring Peach and going for her. Like, the other princesses of the various kingdoms must keep on weight loss plans just to make sure they don't have to worry about Bowser.
Strategy to that.
When are Nintendo bringing back Peach's love interest from the OVA?
What is OVA?
Anime movie. There was an anime movie for Super Mario released, like, I wanna say maybe a year or two after the original game released, and in that Mario goes through an hour-long adventure with Toad and a dog and Luigi. And then at the end of it, the dog turns into a prince who is apparently Peach's like husband.
That's
yeah.
So when is he coming back?
He's already gone.
I get the feeling that he was never really canon.
Yeah. In that intricate, tight Mario canon.
There's just no way he can fit in there.
Shigeru, we mentioned that we have to ask Shigeru Miyamoto. And it's just like, what?
He goes through a complete character arc like Toriyama did with Broly.
Where Toriyama was like, this character's fucking stupid. If you want me, I'm just going to turn him into something really different.
Yeah, but he's just like, I never made this character. And then he realizes, oh no, I made this character. And then he makes it good.
Yeah. I'm glad that Broly's motivation is no longer crying baby.
Yeah, I just wish his new design was better.
He turns into the old design for a second. In like the movie and in Fighter Z, he turns into it for a second in his ultimate.
I know, but Unpowered Broly looks lame.
I don't know. I like it. I like it better that considering that the explanation changed. Because the old Broly, the gimmick was he's the real legendary Super Saiyan, right? But new Broly, the gimmick is he's a weird mutant who is just constantly half ape.
It still doesn't do it for me.
Well, that's because you don't like Toriyama's art, anyways, do you?
No.
Okay, well, you see, that's the kicker. Me and Mike both really like Toriyama's art.
Like, I'm fine with Toriyama's Dragon Ball art. Like, the original Dragon Ball art. I think it fits there. I don't even really have a specific, like, issue with it in, like, normal, like, Dragon Ball overall. By the time we get to Dragon Quest and, like, Chrono Trigger, I'm just like, man, I'm fucking sick of Goku.
I guess Dragon Ball was generally better at making the people look different. Though I will say there are times where I look at Yamcha and go, oh, Gohan's hair, it's long hair Gohan. No, wait, no, it isn't.
Yep.
I can never get used to Krillin with hair either. It's unnatural every time.
Yeah. But
I'm playing a lot of Fighter Z lately. I love that they just, like, even though Fighter Z is supposed to be set, like, even after most of the super shit is already done, they still just put in bald Krillin anyways. It's like, what? Do you really want to place Krillin with hair? No, you don't. He's bald. He's always been bald. Shut up.
But yeah, I think my thing as well is just that Toriyama's art is more fitting to the whimsical shit that he actually wants to do. And like Broly is not a character from like a joke manga.
I love the weird animal people. It's one of my favorites. And it makes me sad that none of the weird animal people are actually viable fighters in Dragon Ball to put in the games. I want to play as the weird flying cat with the staff. The one that just hangs out with Yajirobe all the time, growing Shinzu.
Pow or something like that?
Something like that. I thought it was... I almost want to call it Kami, but no, that's the old Piccolo dude.
Yeah.
The one that I always specifically remember him in Dragon Ball Abridged, when he's there in the hospital room when after Goku's been fucking beaten by Vegeta or whatever. And he pops in and says, oh my god, is Goku okay? And Roshi just looks over and goes, did that cat just talk? Dragon Ball Abridged is the canon version of Dragon Ball. You and I agree on that, right?
Yes.
Like, I think everyone can agree at the very least that is the canon version of Nappa, because who cares about actual canon Nappa?
Yeah. I was gonna say, but I guess my main real problem with Toriyama's art is I don't like the way he designs clothing. Like, I don't like the way, like, I don't like his outfits. Really, is what it comes down to.
You don't like all the protagonists wearing a gi?
That's not even it. It's just that the way that the geese are is boring. And whenever people like there's two outfits that Toriyama has made that I like. Piccolo with the weighted shit.
Yeah. Weighted costume Piccolo. Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
That and Future Trunks.
Yeah, Future Trunks is a winner too. The trouble with Future Trunks is that once they get further than the opening, he just runs around in the Vegeta suit anyways.
Yeah. Which stinks, but Future Trunks just coming from the future, with the short jacket, the coat and the shit. Like that's a good outfit. Piccolo's weighted outfit is a good outfit. Goku's outfit would be good if everyone also didn't wear the same outfit. But
Yeah.
like Broly's fit is just rank. It's ass. When he's a big when he's a big fucking Aztec god of hatred, then it looks better. But when he's just normal as Broly, then it just looks lame.
Well, the tiara always looks strange on him. I know that the gimmick is that's what's keeping him from going ape shit. Puns! But, like, it just looks a bit odd on him, you know?
Yeah. And like, put a fucking shirt on, man.
Have you seen that physique? They don't make shirts like that. There's no shirt line in Dragon Ball expressly just for Broly and Garlic Jr. There's some people out there that as soon as I say Garlic Jr., I know I'm giving them PTSD.
The best thing about Garlic Jr. is that I remember most things about him, but not how he looks. So,
you remember how
Give me a sec.
Dende looks?
Vaguely?
So he's like an evil Dende, but when he gets pissed off, he turns into, if Dende was Broly shaped. Like big, huge muscle Hulk monster thing.
Yeah, I remember this guy now.
Then he accidentally sends himself to hell because he's an idiot. What do you think every time that we start talking about Dragon Ball lore, Pink?
I just usually get confused.
Yeah, well, I mean, don't worry, we are too.
I mean, this is the best thing about us talking about like shonen anime, because like you know a lot about Dragon Ball. I've seen Dragon Ball, but I don't really like it. We can discuss Dragon Ball shit, but you'll be in the driver's seat. Conversely, if I start talking about Naruto, you'll know some of the things that I say. But
yeah,
like
I think that you and I have the same feelings about Dragon Ball and Naruto, like in the respective cases. Where Dragon Ball, if I'm not seeing anything Dragon Ball in front of me, I'm like, man, Dragon Ball's fucking stupid. And then if I am seeing something Dragon Ball in front of me, I'm like, Dragon Ball's best. I think you're the same way with Naruto, right?
No.
Oh,
there is no point at which I go Naruto is the best. Like there's very limited, like my actual genuine liking of Naruto is confined to like a couple of wasted potential plot points and like maybe 2 arcs. And so like if I see something Naruto, I go, hey, I know those characters, I might check this out, I guess. Like the fucking the new Naruto whatchamacallit, the Arena Fighter game that they made. That's apparently bad because it uses AI for the voices for some reason. Like the thing is, from what I can tell, they didn't even they didn't use the AI to make new lines. They took the old recordings for the lines that they had paid the voice actors to do, and then they taught the AI off of those voices, and they had the AI do the voices, which makes no sense whatsoever.
Entirely just so we can advertise we use new AI tech.
Probably. But so
like that's one of those executive things of just new tech. It's like when film executives replace practical effects with CG, even though the CG is more expensive and looks worse, just because they can then report to the meeting, we're using new tech, right?
Yeah. And so yeah, like that game came out, and like I haven't heard anything good about it, so I didn't buy it. The only reason I even was interested in it is because it might have, like, you know, by the time of Ultimate Ninja 4 or rather Ninja Storm 4, they actually started trying to make the game have gameplay. Like they were trying to make it so there's some variety in how you play the game and how you like make your teams and shit. So they could make that deeper. They could they could eventually develop a fighting game out of this. But I don't know if they actually did.
It's an interesting question, right? Because Dragon Ball wound up opening the gate on that of like, well, what if every big anime got a big fighting game like this? But you know that for the most part, those games exist for fan service, and it's easier to put fan service in an arena fighter.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with that too is that for me, like, for the IP that I would want out of this equation will not get a fighting game because
What would that be?
Soul Eater. Soul Eater had 3 games. 2 of them were DS RPG games that were only in Japan, and one of them was a PSP and PS2 3D fighting game, or 2.5D fighting game, I forget, which was also only on only in Japan. If Soul
Yeah, that one's an odd one.
Yeah.
I mean, the impossible has certainly happened, right?
Yeah, but like I feel like if they, I feel like if we tune into like Jeff's next show and they're like they just announce, hey, Soul Eater is getting a fighting game, I would be one of maybe 3 people who'd be hyped.
Well, don't worry. Well, there's a lot of people who play it just because it's a fighting game, right?
Yeah.
So there is that, because think about how many animes there are that like people don't watch, but like whatever, it's a fighting game.
I mean, we play fucking Melty Blood.
Yeah. That was like a porn game at first or whatever.
Yeah, it was. Ah, fucking hell! What did I read? I think it was a normal visual novel that then got a porn update, and then
Update.
yes, and then the later
See that in your Steam logs. The
And it's-
porn update!
Yeah,
Exclamation point.
like it's gonna be the same thing like Cool of the Lamb will be doing when you when you update or you check the update, like it just says added sex.
Yeah, actually, like that Twitter bit of the dudes of the Cult of the Lamb dudes actually saying, "Yeah, screw it, sure, let's add sex," but like before Twitter.
Yeah, and then the thing is that like the Cult of the Lamb people, the Devolver and the developers, were very smart about this because it gets them a lot of publicity, but like they can and will just add in on the woohoo, and it will be
Yeah,
not
it's
sex.
just sim sex.
Yes, this is so smart.
2 dudes go in a house and the house starts jumping.
Yeah, it's just such a smart business decision. People will be outraged. I know it already.
Yeah. I think a lot of it, especially in that game's case, it's not so much perversion. Like, the perverts would get mad. That game's case, I think it's less perversion and more stinky meme of saying, add the sex.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
It'd be funny meme if they had the sex.
But like it would be funny. And this is like this is the thing with like it being Devolver, it being the devs that they are, because the devs have shown that they are fucking memesters. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if like the sex update comes out, and then one of the developers just like shadow drops a hot coffee mod, or like Nexus mod or
Yeah.
something.
And in case you did want more graphic portrayal, here's this mod that is totally not official. Reminds me of old Josh Sawyer, one of the leads on Fallout New Vegas a couple of years ago, actually went on and put a compilation of all the bug fix mods up for everybody for Fallout New Vegas, and just straight up said, like, we had like 16 months to finish this game, guys. Here's some up modders doing what we weren't allowed to.
But yeah, so like yeah,
We wanted to, but then Todd kept whipping us with his pistol and saying, if you fix any of these fucking bugs, it's your wife next.
Todd kept shooting copies of Skyrim out of his eyes.
A Skyrim disc flies forth from his eyes and into like the brain of one of the Obsidian devs.
Yeah, the CDs of Skyrim work like Kung Lao's head.
I think one of Pinhead's Cenobites has a CD player for a mouth that he shoots discs out of as a deadly weapon.
But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Type Moon. Yes, so Type Moon, the first game wasn't originally ported, as far as I know. That it was. That the second game and the games following that weren't, and then it got rebooted. And now I don't know.
Yeah, man.
But then, like, it's also a thing of like Type Moon, which is the basis for Melty Blood, is tied to either fate or what's the other one? Shit. What's the? Okay, this is gonna be a question. Which was the stinky anime visual novel series or whatever where King Arthur has boobs? That doesn't narrow it down, does it?
I don't know if it does. I haven't got a fucking clue.
It's not Sword Art Online. It's some other series where they're like taking historical figures and then Rule 63ing them. Not all of them, but most of them. Most of the male ones. But whatever. So yeah, Type Moon has ties to either fate or that. Or fate might be that. I have no clue. Like this is a part of Weebdom that I have no ties to and no interest in researching.
Does anyone? Well,
so anyway, where were we?
Pink had finished up his favorite game of 2023. So, here's a bit of an odd question. This one will not be... I will put the clarification on it. It doesn't have to have come out this year. And that is an important one for our group. Movie of 2023.
Alright. I have two answers. It's a very close one. I honestly don't know which one I choose, so I'll throw at both of them. One of them is The Godfather. The first one, not the second one. I have to clarify.
Yeah.
The other one is The Maltese Falcon.
Yeah. Both are logical picks.
Now, The Godfather is great. Honestly, don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to say about it because everything has been said. Like, what is there to say about The Godfather at this point?
That is one of those names routinely named for best movie of all time. Which is why Pink shits on it for a laugh.
And then The Maltese Falcon is the quintessential noir film. And I really like noir as a genre. So...
frequently stated to be the best noir film.
Like, the Maltese Falcon was... like, watching it, I just went, this is the film that every noir parody is. And this is what they're parodying. This exact movie.
Yeah.
And, I can't blame them because, like, I watched both. I watched the Maltese Falcon for movie class, or movie history class, and I had to watch another noir movie, which was The Touch of Evil, and it was kind of like it was kind of like seeing how to do mystique in crime and noir, and how not to do it. Because while The Touch of Evil is not a bad movie by any stretch of the imagination, it is a very confused movie when it comes to the plot. Or rather, the way it presents the plot, I suppose.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, The Maltese Falcon was... like, it knew the basics that you need to know. It told you the basics that you needed to know. And they drip fed you the information that you had to know for the stuff to be intriguing. And the movie fooled me. That movie is like 100 years old now, isn't it? And it's still
Oh boy, it's got to be 80. Hang on,
yeah, it's
I'll
very
pull
old.
up the Wikipedia. 41. Yeah, the movie is now over 80 years old. It'll be 83 next year.
Wow. So yeah, that
Humphrey
movie.
Bogart and Peter Lorre are both in that movie. Wow,
Yeah,
they pretty well worked on this in Casablanca in quick succession.
and that movie still fooled me after 83 years of existing, which is not a small feat.
When people list off the 1940s movies that have aged spectacularly and that people should watch, that is always one of the top ones.
I'll agree to that because that movie, like that was, once again, like it is aged. You can tell that it is a product of its time in a lot of cases, but it is so well put together. It is like the one movie that I can actually genuinely recommend out of the stuff that I was made to watch for film history class. Not because the other movies are bad, one of them was, but not because
Mm.
not because the movies were bad, but because it just stood the test of time the best, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
Gold Rush and The Great General were great movies when they came out. They can still be funny sometimes, but most people don't really want to sit through an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours of silent movies.
Yeah.
And then I'll say, I guess, just to buy all time, in case you need it, that the Touch of Evil, my main point of the dislike with that is just that the movie seems very confused about who is its protagonist, and that's not great. Everything else works about the movie, but
I think Orson was confused about many things.
perhaps. The French.
Oh, French.
But yeah,
Fermented out inside the bottle.
I'll also give a shout out. I will make another honorable mention out of Citizen Kane because I watched 20 minutes of that movie, but I need to watch that movie in full because that 20 minutes was very interesting.
I mean, I've heard a few people say that like the story is a bit boring, but no matter what, like the camera shots I've seen are like, well, in the 40s, who would have thought like this was blazing new fucking ground?
Yeah, and like the way that
camera work and editing. I mean,
yeah, and then like the 20 minutes that I saw, the movie started with this like very experimental like artsy setup that makes no sense and that has a narrative purpose. Like this is how you do artsy. That is how you use those images. They don't make sense because yeah.
I've not seen the movie. I've only ever heard of the synopsis. But is that movie not going through pretty well the memories of a dying man as he dies?
Apparently no. As I've said, I didn't watch the full movie either. But we watched the first 20 minutes in film history class, and then the teacher summarized it so that we can talk about the stuff that we've seen with how the camera was used and shit. And apparently the movie is about finding out what Rosebud means, which is the immediately apparent like mystery of the movie, and then it's mostly about like legacy and how people remember you and like doing interviews with people and then doing flashbacks through that. So it's not really memories of a dying man, it's memories about a man who died recently.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Rashomon if it was a person.
Yeah. And yeah, like that movie seemed very interesting from the 20 minutes. I need to see it. I know, like, I've heard both that it's one of the best movies ever made, and I've also heard that it's overhyped. But like, going into the 20 minutes, completely just blank slate, and then seeing what I saw, Like that movie seemed interesting even today. So, whatever.
Yeah.
All right, Pig.
I
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
no, Pink, go ahead.
Well, yeah. Um, did anything come out this year?
Who? Oh boy. This was the year of bombs, remember?
I didn't see
That
those
was-
either.
That was Spider Miles, I think.
Yeah, I didn't like that one though.
Ah,
Well, Pink. Godfather didn't come out this year, nor did Maltese Falcon.
oh yeah, that's true.
So what have I seen this year that I haven't seen?
I said from the jump, it doesn't have to actually be a 2023 release. Just what's the best movie you watched this year? For
Die
the
Hard.
first time. Yeah. I had to catch myself there.
Uh, hmm. I probably haven't seen anything new this year, like at all.
Oh,
I don't watch movies, not in my free time.
from time to time they pay you.
Yeah, Pigs have actually been moonlighting as a professional movie critic.
All right, to give you more time while I eat pizza. I have I'm going to cheat a little bit with two picks because the best movie I saw this year for the first time was probably Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a very well constructed movie. It's got an interesting narrative that has now been ripped off by a bunch of other movies. It's very good acting. Ray Liotta's a winner. Joe Pesci's a winner. Robert De Niro, I think he's overrated, but that doesn't change that he does have some fantastic roles, and he is quite good in Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a very good movie. At times, it's very funny. Which, I mean, it's Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci, you could hand Joe Pesci the most serious character in the world, and he'd still find a way to be funny with it. Goodfellas is a very good movie. It's a great movie. I did really enjoy it. But in terms of stuff that is just my style, my thing, my wheelhouse, it's beat out by The Mist.
Ah, The Mist is good.
The Mist is a winner. That one, a brutal kick in the balls movie, but it's a good kick in the balls.
Yeah. So, fun fact: The Mist was the first horror movie I've seen.
That's an intimidating one. There are a lot of horror movies where it's like, this probably wouldn't be the threat in this horror movie. Actually, wouldn't be much of a problem if it wasn't dipshit teenagers. If it was someone actually competent, was the one being menaced. The Mist is like, oh, you're fucked. You're just fucked.
Yep.
And it does a very good job of people dealing with that and dealing with it in some very different ways. The monster designs are generally well hidden. They make sure to only really show you the small ones, and I think that's neat. The tension, the horror, the world building to it, even though it's not spelled out at all, it's just very simple. And of course, famously, the twist ending, which makes all the sense, but it is so devastating. Like, the twist ending is kind of one of those things that you sometimes frequently think, like, this is probably how it would go in real life, but, they never do that in the movies because it wouldn't be interesting. Oh, they find a way to make it interesting. They find a way to make it fucking disgusting, devastating. Like, it's almost like, it's a rare, how many movies are there where it's like, I'm not sure if just complete annihilation wouldn't be emotionally preferable in this moment. Like, by all means, this is broadly the way things should have gone. But Jesus. Oh, good movie. I don't want to spoil too much of it, even though that is one of the most spoiled movies of all time. But, also, I love Thomas Jane. I love... Oh, shit, what's his name? I love Thomas Jane. I love most of the guys that worked on that movie and then went on to work on Walking Dead almost immediately after. Like, a good chunk of the Walking Dead cast is all in that movie. It's fantastic. But hang on. Let me pull up. Andre Braugher was in it, and he's quite good. He's only in it for a little bit, but he was quite good, and he just recently passed. Rest in peace. Toby Jones. I love Toby Jones. Marcia Gay Harden kills it. Sam Witwer, old Star Killer, is in it, which I think is funny. Like, Sam Witwer, do you ever see, like, actors in a live-action thing that you're used to seeing them be motion captured and face captured for other things? And for a second, you, like, do a double take, like, wait, you're real? Every time I see Sam Witwer in something, every time I'm like, holy shit, it's Star Killer, he's real!
He's gonna beat the mist by making the Death Star fall on it.
Yeah! And the thing, like, Star Killer, like, the joy of Force Unleashed is that Star Killer is, my OC, don't steal, super strong Sith Jedi man that doesn't afraid of nothing. And he's like a Force god. In The Mist, he is one of the saddest, most pitiful characters in the whole movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, good fucking movie, The Mist. I loved it. All right, Pank. Has my time that I bought you paid off?
No, it has not.
All right, I can bet further. So to continue with your thing about the Sam Witwer, I don't really have it with like a voice actor, or how do I put this? Like, I don't really do that with like mocap voice actors, because well, most of the voice actors that I really know don't tend to also be the face models for their characters. For one, and for two, I have yet to see Roger Craig Smith in real life in anything. But
He doesn't actually exist. He's an AI. And I actually thought of something just now.
Okay. And I'll wrap it up quick then. So yeah, like I have seen Roger Craig Smith post videos of his and shit like that, but I don't think he's been employed as a normal actor. He's only ever been a voice actor, which is his thing. Either which way, the only actor that I'm like, wait, he exists, is very specific, and it's Sam Lake. I think his name is the guy. The guy who does fucking Max Payne's face, but only when he does the face. Like when he just walks out normally, I'm just like, he's a dude, and then he does the face, and I'm like, wait, he exists.
The smirk.
Yes, it's it is legitimately the fucking platypus effect. I'm like,
yeah,
Sam Lake, and then he does the smirk, and I go, Max Payne.
Well, the fantastic thing is he's like, what nationality is he? Is he Swedish or Finnish or something?
I don't know.
Because like when I see him, I immediately go, my brain, the image flashes through my mind of the opening of Max Payne 1 when he's on the top of a skyscraper with a sniper rifle, Finnish. And the camera just zooms in on him, and like it's a badass shot up until it gets to Max's face, and he's just got the biggest shitting smirk. Like that, the image flashes in front of my mind. But when I see Sam Lake, I'm expecting him to open his mouth and go, "Hi, I'm Sam Lake, director of Max Payne." And like, no, he's not grizzled. He's not a chain-smoking tequila chugger. And he's not even American. He's Finnish. He doesn't... I expect Max's voice to come out of his mouth, but it doesn't, because he's not Max.
Yeah.
All right. That's a highly specific one, but one that is absolutely the case for me as well, Addy. Every time I see Sam Lake, it's Max! No, wait, that's Sam Lake.
Yeah. All right, Finn, go ahead.
So the movie of the year that did not come out this year, but I saw for the first time this year, for me personally, I'm surprised it took me so long to remember it because I only saw it a couple weeks ago. It was Klaus, Christmas movie from Netflix, released in 2020, I believe. And I did not see it when it first came out. I heard great things about it when it first came out. Just never got around to seeing it. Never got around to seeing it. Years passed, still never got around to seeing it. Then I was at home, at my parents' home, over Thanksgiving. I believe that's the case. And as we were chilling there, they asked me if I'd ever seen it before. I was like, no, I have not. So then they turned it on. I watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. Why did I put this off for so long? So Klaus got 10 stars from me out of 5, and it's easily my movie of the year. Maybe by default because it's the only one I could remember, but still, movie of the year for me. It's got J.K. Simmons. What more can you ask for?
Ooh. Okay, now I'm interested.
Yeah, I still need to watch Klaus and that Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio.
Okay.
Yeah?
I'm going to voice my preference that we wrap this up soon so I can go eat more pizza.
Well, fine. Be that way.
Yes, I will for
Your
pizza.
selfish self not sharing any of the pizza. Unbelievable.
Yes, I will be that way for pizza.
Y'all, I made a pizza so big like fucking 2 days ago. It
I will
didn't
be that way for pizza.
it didn't fit in the oven. Like let me let me convert the final
You
size
had
of it.
You had to leave it out in the sun like the old Persian soldiers.
All right, so the final working size, because I had to like fold it in half more or less, kinda, so it would fit in the oven, was 18 inches. Apparently,
That's
Yeah.
a lot of inches.
so yeah. Apparently, my oven is 18 inches deep and wide. but
Yeah.
but yeah,
All
like
right.
but yeah, like that thing was fucking massive. Because when you fold the sides over, it makes the crust crinkle up or not like rise a lot higher. So that thing like it around the sides that thing was like a good, I don't know, like 3 or 4 inches high.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna head off for a little while. I'll be back at some point though, after pizza consumption.
All right.
Alrighty.
Well then, I suppose it is time for us to say Happy New Year. Maybe. I guess.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Here's to an exciting 2024.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
All right. Happy New Year, y'all. Bye.
Bye.